going to acknowledge someone who comes from the traditional leadership of our culture, of our medicine, of our health, the history of health, whom I'm going to introduce right now. And when she comes here, we're actually going to celebrate the fact that we still have people who are keeping the traditional knowledge, that indigenous knowledge that has always been there, and it continues to grow and support what we call Africa. Rising. Farming. Future. Wonderful. I'm going to welcome on stage right now our Honorable Princess Daisy Sedumedi. I tried the surname when I was sitting there and instead of it's gone. Let's just welcome her with our special quote. Africa. Rising. Farming. Future.
I am who God says I am, created in His image. I am God. I am a proud black child of the great Bafokwe kingdom, born from a rich family. Rich, I understand what I'm saying. Rich in wealth of knowledge, rich in wisdom, rich in heritage, rich in culture. I am who God says I am, not what you think I am. My ancestors taught me the value of respect, unity, and perseverance, and I honor them through my actions and dreams. I am intelligent, determined, and full of purpose. I proudly embrace my African identity with love and pride. Sorry about that. The spirit of the Batakwa lives within me, guiding me to rise, succeed, and shine wherever I go. Kana busigo ke a sasanka. Ke maro matona, motshegare ga ke bone. Distinguished guests, our students from the university, our speakers, my family, my friends, my children from the Royal Kingdom of Batlokwa, ke a le dumedisa. Re a le dumedisa. Ga ke nosi, I'm not alone. My ancestors are running behind me. I am rich. As African people, long before modern laboratories, I think you talked to that, ne? Long before that, long before there were hospitals, we had our parents with a wealth of knowledge about our heritage and our culture. I would roll on the floor. But what happens? My grandmother would go in the garden, dig out a root, but there was a way in which she was harvesting it. She didn't just pull it out like that. You could see she's talking to it. The way she was carefully trying to take it out of the soil because it was deep-rooted. And she will take it out and give it to me, and within no time, the stomachache stops. Where is all that? But those are our medicinal plants. And because they had this wisdom from God the Almighty, what happened was that by the leaves, they could tell that this plant is this one. The structure of the leaf will actually tell you that this plant can cure this disease. That is the wisdom our parents had. They didn't go to school for it. They were born with it. It was innate. That is how rich we are as African people. Now, we need to build the Africa we want. Now, these medicinal plants were created, you see, the history of creation in Genesis. We all know about it. On day 3, what was created? Plants, the vegetation, and God gave us the wisdom. And what did he say? You have dominion over all these things. So I have power, I don't know about you, to command. And how do I command? When our parents were having this knowledge, which they were born with, the harvesting of the plants, talking to it, going about it, it's just unfortunate that I don't know why we call them Balui, our traditional healers. Because they have this special knowledge. This plant specifically is for this. This one is poisonous. This one is for goats. This one get for. So that is the wealth of knowledge that we have. Now, before it disappears, I'm happy that we have the students. There's a huge opportunity for you to go and harvest the knowledge from our elders. Because believe me when I say, when an elder goes to sleep, we don't say they die. When they go to sleep, what happens? You burn a tree of knowledge. The knowledge is gone, they go with it. Yeah. So we need to harvest it. How do we harvest it? That's your job as the students. You do research, you go to them, you can have your camera, you interview them, you listen to them, but you need to be taught how to approach them. You're not going to go to my grandmother and say, hello ma, likai koko. There's a way in which. Those are the things we don't say, we don't teach. That even when you greet an elder, how kopana name, you didn't say, hey ma, walking, you stop. You greet properly, and you put your hands together to show a sign of respect. You don't just walk past an elderly person. You say, hi, oh hello, dumela what? And now, what happens is that when things change, when now we have climate change, we now have a problem. The current state of climatic conditions is giving us hell. And now we have to try and be smart and come up with adaptation and mitigation strategies when we actually messed up. So we have to go and plant trees, which were created in the beginning. We're destroying them. That is our behavior. Now, land and vegetation, I said it was created on day 3. And we have power over all these things. So let's take it back. You do your research, you can come up with a topic, go to the village, spend time there, interviewing the elders. And they're going to archive that knowledge, because then it will belong to that very community. You archive it, isn't it? Because it's not only medicinal plants, it's about food as well. Because you are what you eat. These processed food, it's poison. It's going to kill us. I never get sick, but I believe why I never get sick, because I ate right from the beginning. We were eating from the fresh food from the field. You would harvest, cook and eat. So that is why. So my gut is very strong. My immune system is rooted. So even if I take any, even COVID, I heard about it. I heard about it. And I saw what it did. And I refused to inject. Because I knew I can just go to the field, harvest, boil, and drink. Wow. So, that is the journey that we must travel together. Now, this journey that we must travel together is this journey in Kore. Our parents were there before us. They showed us stuff. We don't pass on these things. I'm getting worried. Because you know when you miscarry, when you miscarry, that's all. Parents will get you from a traditional healer who knows, who's knowledgeable. They will give you sukuyapo, they will give you makhabenyana, they will give you sebete. You mix all that, you boil, you drink, and all the nonsense will come out. And then, within no time, you'll be pregnant if you still want another child. So we've lost all that. But I don't think it is gone. So we need to stay close to them and get that knowledge, because the day she goes with it. So that is why I'm saying that we need to harvest that knowledge. You do your research, harvest that knowledge, archive it, so that in future, if your child gets sick, you know that I give her a panad, give her a teaspoon, then she's healed. Okay. So those are the things that we need to do. But we need to work together as government, as scientists. Institutions of higher learning becomes very important on the research side as well. Okay. And we need to get together, work together, so that we do not say or take our parents or the elders who have knowledge. We tend to say, they are not measured. But it worked for years. It worked. I believe I'm going to go beyond 100 years. I'm going to live beyond 100 years. Believe you me, I can assure you. And still walking like this. Yes. Amen. Jumping, running, doing anything that I want to do. Because I've been taught. I've been taught. I saw my mother do it. I saw my father do it. I saw my mom submit to my dad, and he treated her like a queen. Yes. Because you can't be like 50-50. So, let's align ourselves with Agenda 2063. I don't know how many of us are aware of that. Let's build the Africa that we want. Now, I got this one from Agenda 63, that we the people of Africa and her diaspora, united in diversity, young and old, men and women, girls and boys, from all walks of life, deeply conscious of our history, we have a lot of work to do. We have so much work to do. We are very spiritual as Africans. We are so gifted. We see, we hear. That is why when I say, I am God, people wonder. Because I am my father's apple of his eye. My father is a king. He sits on the throne. I'm of royal priesthood. If you read the Bible, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm the chosen one. I'm handmade. I'm handmade. And I'm fashioned for good things. That's how I was created. Fashioned and purposed for good things. That is me. I am God. I don't know about you. Now, our President Thabo Mbeki said, I owe my being to the hills and the valleys. I love that man. The mountains and the glades, the rivers, the deserts, the trees, the flowers, the seas and the ever-changing seasons that define the face of our native land. I am an African. Whatever the setback of the moment, nothing can stop us now. So above all, I am God. I am in alignment with the divine order.
Okay, let's do it properly now. I'm glad you're already on your feet.
Farming, future, Africa,